for the first ever live episode of 100 grams or better. Just gonna tell you guys real quick all the details from where we left off last, and then we're gonna get right into it. Put this right on the course and test it out. But I gotta say, I'm so happy the way it came out, because this may be the very first bumper that I may be able to keep intact. And we have the right amount of wheel clearance, so we'll see. Definitely tuck it in there just perfect. And these are those new OGRCs, 54 by 19. So yeah, let's see. So right away, if you remember, we had to do some more dremeling in here. Clean that up, put a little bit of paint marker on there. And once we did that, also, I was having a little bit of interference with the wheel wells. So that was not allowing me the body to sit properly. So we definitely carved out the wheel wells. There's more in here as well. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? So you definitely carved out the wheel wells in here. But as you can see, one side of my cage is a lot closer, and it's just the placement of it, than the other side. So I just definitely had to watch out how I had to carve it out over here. But it seems like we might be good, man. We might be nice and clear. And as you can see, we gave it some more patina. Sorry about the lighting. Trying to give you a little bit better position, but we're not going to be doing anything on the bench right now. And then we had to do the popsicle in the rear. So again, took a popsicle stick. Another quick tip is whatever this is going to be, once you set it inside, you might want to paint it first. Get it out the way. But we set that in there first, glued it. And once I got that, I also changed the height of the rear mount. So before, if you remember, it was sitting up a little bit higher, and then we got that a little bit lower now. So that was able to tuck down better. Got the magnets on there. Over to the chassis. We wind up adding sliders of styrene. Cut them out to fit, and we add them on the bottom. Took black paint marker, put it underneath, and that just definitely created a bigger shelf. Let me give you a better look. It's exactly the same on the other side, matching. We got Velcro over here. We got the go up receiver on this side. I actually keep it on the on position. And I wound up taking one of my micro receivers for the FlySky GT5, and we went ahead and put it on here. Because if not, it would have been one of those square, would have been one of these, my old, the 6-channel FlySky. And that's definitely a little big. Yo, what's going on, everybody? So yeah, once we did that, that allowed me to put the battery over here, which I like to run the battery on the side. Electronics on this side. Nothing in the front. We definitely have clearance of the motor with this mount. And I was going back and forth, and I actually had the solder turned on, and I was going to redo these wires and cut them down and shorten them and hardwire these wires to the ESC, but I went ahead and pivoted. Yeah, we definitely, hopefully we got the body situation. So, so far, we definitely gonna run an additional 2 magnets on top of the ones that are magnet inside the body. And we did some dremeling right down in here. And that's where the motor was spinning at. Not to mention, I had to place my body better. I had to position it wrong. So once I was able to cut out my wheel wells, there was no more interference, and it allowed the body to sit a lot better. Yeah, this thing is. But yeah, these wheels, man, like I said before, these are not extended axles. These are standard. And these are your standard little steelies that are customized with, I forget which way the insert is going, but definitely for the less negative, more positive. And it definitely has the perfect stance. Let's take a quick measurement of the body. Like I said, this is definitely my heaviest 3D printed body. Thanks, man. Thank you. This body is weighing exactly, oh yeah, 163 grams. And you can feel it. You can feel all the weight right where the cage is at as well. It feels actually kind of pretty balanced though. It's not that bad, you know? But again, like anybody knows who has SUV hard bodies, you're definitely gonna have a not so good exit. So you can see the exit right there. It's already gonna lift. And the front, it's not too bad. But we definitely got a higher bumper, so it shouldn't be as bad though. But yeah, man, I'm super happy the way it turned out. The total weight with the rig, chassis, we're looking at 570 grams total. Yeah, man, thank you. We're about to see if this thing is gonna hold up. For those that don't know, this is actually solder. I'm not sure what gauge solder it is, but my initial plan was to heat up the solder iron and butt these joints together. But we had to pivot, and right now I have it excessively glued. And a bunch of rust. We have paint to create the weld look. And we definitely threw some patina on there. Definitely had some suggestions, and I definitely agree. Definitely think we needed some more patina. No, it's never wrong with nothing with rust. Can't go wrong with rust. All right, so let's get this bad boy going. I definitely don't want to be on here for 3+ hours. I definitely appreciate all the views that I got. Your boy was completely shocked. I couldn't believe it myself. As soon as I stopped my live, I was already up to 7,000 views. And again, I'm so appreciative of all that. I can't believe it still. But yep, here we go. Got the battery in. Yep, Jason. And lately, I just been, since I've been running this style with the Velcro on here, I just been pretty much running all my batteries same way. Put a strip on there and then stick them right down, you know? But all right, let's plug this bad boy in. This is actually the pigtail that comes from your MB100s, but I actually like this one because it plugs into your standard, but then it has this one, that you use for the balance port. And that means I could run any battery now. And it's a little bit more extra plug, but now I don't have to worry about different battery types. So I don't know if that's a suggestion, if it helps anybody out there. But all right, let's get her going. Thank you, thank you. Let me put this phone on vibrate real quick. Okay, we got liftoff. Took a little Sharpie, accented the rings right there. I've been doing that to all of them. You can see the grain on there. But yeah, man, I absolutely love these little go-ups. Pretty good. Only negative I gotta say about this build is gonna be are these axles. They're not brand new. They're modified. And hopefully we don't get too much stuttering. But we definitely have full turn. I'm right at the springs. All right, I'm about to throw you guys right on my phone mount. This is my GT5, and this is where I got my mount for this one. A lot of them, they're up top, but the GT5 is a weird configuration. This is kind of where I got mine set up right now. If everybody could double tap that screen, give me a like, thumbs up. Let's get this show on the road for the first live episode of 100 grams or better. Just because you have a hard body doesn't mean it can't perform. And that's what all my episodes are all about. So we're going to see if I prove myself wrong live. I think I did a little sub trim on this servo. I don't know if you guys ever messed with sub trim. And that's, if you don't get the servo to line up, you can add sub trim and center it. This seems okay. As you can see, that tire is tucking in right at the right point. And the good thing about it, I'm running bandless. So as you can see how loose she is. And that's also going to allow that wheel to tuck in as well. Because if I was banded, it's going to stay kind of slammed down. But unbanded is definitely going to allow me to flex up a little bit. All right, let's get it. Let's see what we should start at. And I always like to start over here, kind of. On my Boardwalk Empire. Yep, this is the goop. Goop, go up. All right, so here we go. Let's see here. Is that the furthest away? Okay. Make sure I move my finger. Help me clear that bumper right there. Just barely. Gotta watch my finger, sorry. Got the boiler room right behind me, so you're gonna hear some noise. It's pretty loud. The furnace. Front bumper's not too bad so far. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we might have success with this bumper. This might be the very first time I've had perfect clearance with a 3D printed bumper. And ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely my very first time running this with the body like this, so I do not know what to expect. Let me position myself a little better, excuse me. One thing I do know what to expect is the performance from this Punishment RC chassis though. And I know it's gonna perform, so I'm not even kind of worried about it. But it's just my first time dialing in this rig. We need to get a little closer. And I just want to make sure everything is in tune, but so far so good. These shocks are looking good. You can see we all the way down on that body with that skid. We can possibly even go higher, but I like the way it looks. Definitely got that wheel in there, tucked in there perfectly. Let's see if we can make this descent. This is the test right here. Ooh, that's a heavy body, y'all. You see that, right? Telling you, let me try to go a little slower with these tires. These tires are awesome. These OGRCs. Let you hear them a little bit. I gotta say one thing I'm gonna say negative about the go up is, and it's something that I've heard about before with brass pinions, and I did notice a while ago that started to see gold dust, and basically that's the pinion grooving down, you know. But so far so good, and I even been seeing people talk about flipping them around and gaining a little bit more life out that pinion by flipping it. But yeah, like I said, so far so good. Ooh, look at that. Let's see if we can make this turn again. These are not my planets. Wish I had the planets on here. Might have our first tip over. Let me see if I can get out of it by gunning it. No. All right. It does not like that turn right there. Let's not jinx it. It's not taking too many more tumbles, Rich. What are you doing? So far, so good with the cage. All right, let's head on over this Camelback. See how it does with this clown right over here. Oh, you see the lift right there. Let's line that up again better. This is one of them situations where it needs the bands. I have not modded my front rubber band situation for this real quick. But if you guys want to see this line get achieved real quick, just to see if I can prove my point, but it definitely needs some bands at this point right here. Let's see if we can get it without it. Yeah. Driver mod, sorry. You know, lately, man, on my last couple of bodies, I've been painting the lights white, but in the past, I've done yellow. I like the white. It makes it almost look like the lights are on. It's pretty cool. And there's regular, straight up. I think this might be I'm not sure if I did acrylic paint for that white or is that paint marker. I may dial in these shocks a little bit better. Oh, there goes our first bumper situation, but this is definitely a part right here where you definitely have to line it up good. Because the bump, and that's actually why I have these rocks here, to be honest with you. Just to create a little bit of lift. Let's set that line up again. Let me go a little wider. Let's head on up the A-frame. Close that rock again, excuse me. Bad view. It's definitely a tricky line. If you turn in too soon, it'll definitely want to make you flip. Yeah. It's a good job. The axles aren't that bad. I mean, after I modify them. Ooh, that had me worried. You see how much closer I got, right? I was just about to catch that. Yeah, good job, good job. Good job, Jungle. Think I forgot to even tell you guys the intro. But yeah, you know, this is Jungle. Guys, like what you see, give a thumbs up. We're gonna head on over to the back of the A-frame. Let's see if this can catch that. This is always a harder angle to catch it from. Let's watch, pay attention to this drop right here. And this is the back of the A-frame right here. Let's see if we can line this up. Ooh, that was my fault. Hand of God. Set that up again. Only because I want to see if I can hit it from this angle. All right, take two. Bad angle. I think we can definitely get it, guys. Let's see the cage. So far, so good. Okay. Yeah, this front is definitely loose. She's loosey. A little loosey goosey in that front. We definitely got our band her down because we have all the weight of the body wanting to lift up. So I'm sure once I did that, I get that situated, it'll be a lot better. But I think I can hit it from this angle. Let's see. This is actually the preferable angle of this line. Ooh, yep, she still wants to lift. Let me grab some bands real quick. These aren't even brand new or nothing. Just been having them sit around. But we want to do a quick on-the-spot experiment. Try to set this controller down. Excuse me. Got one band. Two band. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. And then if not, it's definitely a very heavy body, but I think we should be able to get this. Woohoo! Now that's just a skid problem right there. Because we're banded, it's pulling down that skid, you know? Not bad though, right? See the difference with those bands? Ooh. That's always my test to see if the axles are good and I can get a full turn angle. Is that little whip right there. So these axles are okay. I'm definitely getting a sharp angle. Not to mention we have less scrub radius because these are not widened axles. These are normal. But yeah, I think overall, man, this thing is pretty dialed. This is a heavy body. And you see, man, it's definitely possible to be able to kill lines. That bumper stuck. That happens with the K5s as well. I'm not sure if I've seen it happen on the SRT yet. Hey. Really trying to test out the cage, right? That would have been a situation right there if I didn't have if the bands are off. She definitely would have been lifting up right there. Definitely nice and tucked though. Definitely kind of loving this stance. All right, let's hit the backside. Let's come back up this A-frame again. I'm gonna wrap up this live. Like I said, I wanted to do my first. Hey, see, there we go again with the. That's the problem I've noticed so far with the lower 20-degree skid. It comes down to a sharp point in the front, you know. There's something about these shocks. I feel like I need to dial them in a little bit better. So I'll definitely play around with them. Can't quite put my finger on them, but I don't know if it's see, like right there, I don't know if they a little bit too stiff. Come on, Cage, hang in there. Hey, stay up there, stay up there. Yeah, you know what, I may go up a position in the front. So when we add full compression with a band situation like that, that doesn't happen. It's definitely going to bring up the ride height a little bit in that front. Because you can see the skid. See that point? How low it comes down? So that's what you got to be careful of right there, you know? One of my favorite lines right there. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, she was sliding. Yeah, I think definitely better axles would definitely help it, but I don't know if I would want to go that much wider. But I think these axles are doing good. I definitely think it's that skid right now that's slowing it down. What we think, fellas? What we think? I'm about to knock over the double sour. That's a little tricky spot right here. We gotta be careful. Yeah, and right there, it's about to be too much of a side hill. So let's come back up. I think I'm getting some rubbing. I just heard it. Maybe from the motor spinning. So overall, the bumper situation is not that bad at all. I think I've been like maybe 2 times. I've definitely dealt with worse bumper situations. Trying to hook this tire and then pull myself up. Like so. Yeah, there you go. First ever, 100 grams or better, live. Not bad, not bad. I think overall, I could definitely do some more tweaking. As you can see how floppy that rear is. We definitely didn't do the band in the rear, but we're banded up front. But even that, it seems a little bit too tight. But like I said, I'm still gonna dial it in even more. Be it overall, man, I'm stoked how this thing came out. I can't believe I got these tires to tuck in there. And you saw it. It wasn't I'm not sure if there was really any situations where we had any interference like that. But definitely gonna play around with it some more. This was definitely my first run impression. And I gotta say, man, this is my heaviest body so far. She got down. She definitely got down. Pretty much gonna leave it the way it is. I'm not gonna do windows. We got the exo cage and we got enough weight as it is. Not making that. These tires aren't too bad. Aren't too bad at all. But all right, people, I'm gonna be signing off on this one. We definitely not doing no 3 hours a day. But I just wanted to show you guys. I know everybody stuck in with me and watched the build process, and pretty much that's kind of how my builds go. They definitely not they're not easy. It's never smooth, and we always have a lot of hiccups. But you know, it's part of the hobby. We got to get it done now. You know, so we got to figure it out. And that's one thing I love to do on my channel is problem solve. So definitely stay tuned. I definitely enjoy doing the lives. Love interacting with everybody, and I'll definitely be doing more. All right. So I just want to say good night to everybody. Definitely catch everybody in the next one. Deuces.